Let's go. Alright, welcome back to episode 2, week 2 of the van conversion. Welcome back to my transit van, which is going to be a camper van, but we're a long way short of that. So let's get treating some rust, let's get spraying some untreated metal, and let's get this party started. Right, so the next thing is we're going to tackle this wheel arch, get undercoating this, because now the fiberglass has dried. This is all ready to paint. It's all been sealed up, all the holes are now sealed up, been rust proofed. We're going to wax it on the underside, but currently it's quite cold and damp today, so we're not going to do that today. We'll do that another day, but we're going to get most of the inside done as much as we can, because that's kind of holding up insulating and relining the inside of the van. The wax oiling and things like that underneath need to be done, but they aren't really dictated by anything else, so we can do them at our leisure as and when the weather allows us to. So without further ado, let's jump on and get this wheel arch sorted. Okay, so now that's all cleaned up, let's begin to spray. Alright, so in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for the paint to dry, I've got the battery trays that are going to hold the batteries down, the leisure batteries down. So we're just going to try them in this area here, just for size. Because I think I mentioned in the last video when we were stripping it out that this area would be good for some storage. But I was thinking putting the batteries in a cupboard that's nice and square seems a bit of a waste when we've got this space, which in theory could be perfect for 2 leisure batteries side by side. So the trays have arrived today. They are in this box here. So we're just going to lie them side by side and see what they look like. Alright, as you can see, there's the 2 trays that join there. 2 batteries will sit there, we'll box them in. But yeah, that's going to be a really good use of space. Plus, the van battery is right under here, so the split charge relay that I've got in here, which is going to charge these, we only really need some short cables, which is massive plus. And then the cables that will go to the fuse box. The fuse box is going to be up here at the back. Can go all the way up this pillar, along this cable track here, which is what Ford have used, as you can see, these cables and things, all the way along the back of the van to where the solar controller and the fuse box will be. The wires for the solar panel will go through somewhere about there. But yeah, that's a rough indication to the kind of electrical system that I'm planning to put in this van. But obviously that's a long way down the line, but there's a certain few bits that are kind of going to be dictated early on, because obviously when we're insulating and ply lining the van again, we need to know where things are going. So things like the fuse boxes and the batteries, we need to run the cables in the walls before we seal them all up. So yeah, that's the vague plan. Obviously it's going to change as we go along. So yeah, that's worked out beautifully. But anyway, that's enough chatter about some random things. Let's wait for this paint to dry and we'll continue spraying. Alright, so I've just been thinking, I think we are going to start tackling this and getting this resprayed up, because this may well be seen when you look into the battery compartment, because I don't think I'm going to build a floor. I think I might just cut this back. However, we are going to have to build over this, so we might need to get some metal and things like that to build up. But we've got the anchoring bolts which held the bulkhead in. So they are kind of already tapped in and threaded for us. So we can possibly use them to anchor the batteries, which would be grand. I mean, if they held the bulkhead, then they should be able to hold some batteries, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, let's get all this here cleaned up. Let's get this cleaned up here and we can do a little bit more spraying. That's what we want. Alright, so we've got everything we need. We're just going to pour a little bit of that into here and just treat this rust. Get some damp cloth and we'll clean up the muck there, and hopefully we can just treat this area here as well, and we can spray the whole lot in one go. Okay, so I've cleaned this area down. The rust killer has pretty much done its thing, so I'm going to properly wipe down now, and yeah, we'll get some undercoat on, and that I think is going to be all for today, and then I'll see you tomorrow afternoon after I finish work, and we will continue on. Right, so it's getting pretty dark out now. Obviously we've just put the paint on this area here, so I think I'm going to tidy up and I'm going to call it a night for tonight, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, welcome back to, what is this, day 2 of this week? Well, it's more like day 3, because day 2 I didn't film anything because it was more of what I was doing on day 1, which was just undercoating the rusty spots in the van. So I didn't film that because there's only so much you can watch of someone spraying and angle grinding. So today we're going to get the passenger seats out and start to remove the floor in the cab so we can treat the rust under there. So let's jump to it. Right, so the main job today is to get this bench seat out. So I have ordered a bunch of different sockets to get these bolts out. So this one, which is a ribbed M11, is the one that really fits in there. So hopefully we can crack these bolts loose, and this should just drop straight out. Hopefully being the key word here. Alright, that's one out. Oh, this one's stubborn. Should hopefully sort it out. So in the meantime, we're going to remove this piece of plastic here and get the rest of the bolts out. And that's number 3. And now there's some bolts actually underneath. If I do remember rightly, it's a good old 13mm socket that gets them out. That's that side. So now this does break the screws free from the plastic. So I don't know whether that's meant to be a thing, but that's how both of mine have come off in this van. So, but this footwell looks really good, much better than the footwell on the other side. So yeah, we'll get this cleaned out, and we can carry on taking out these seats as well. Before we clean it out, let's just remove these, shall we? Wrong way, Jamie. What am I doing here? Turns out I'm incapable of using a socket set. I was going the right way to begin with. God damn it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, guys, because I obviously can't remember that. You just never know with a van like this how many bolts are actually going to turn and how many aren't. The van as well. Oh my! Okay, nice.
Nice.
Okay, so this here is the next bolt. So hopefully this comes out just as easy as the rest of them have. But anyway, it's been a while, and that stupid bolt right there, it has been soaking with some WD-40. So we'll give it another go and we'll see if we can break it free. If not, I'm not really sure what we're going to do. You know what I might have? I might have a really long socket set. Let's go and have a look. Go and have a look, see what we can find. Did have, yes, here it is. Yeah, this is extendable. So maybe we can get it off with this if we extend it. Let's see if this will give us just that little bit more leverage on here to hopefully break this free. Right, I think I need to knock this up because I don't know, I feel like there's something stopping this coming out. Okay, so I couldn't get the rived M11s, but I've got the Torx bits which I needed. The other bits are on order, so we'll get them tomorrow, and I'm going to pick them up tomorrow, and then we can finish getting the seats out. But things are definitely taking vastly longer than I thought, so fortunately it's going to be a bit of slow going. Alright, so I managed to free the bolt with the Torx that I bought, and lots of WD-40, so the seats are now hopefully free. I've just got to work out the best way of getting them out of the van. Damn, this seat belt here is fixed onto the seat, so we've just got to get that one bolt out there. For God's sake, this is never ending. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh no, come on. Bliss. Oh, yes. Oh, I think I'll just take a pew here for a bit. It's a nice rewarding job at least. Alright, so that is the floor hoovered. I kind of need to wait till we get the driver's seat out. But I'm going to have to move the van off the drive like tomorrow or something like that. So the driver's seat can't come out right now. Yeah, this will start to get a little more exciting. So we've ground all these rusty spots down, cleaned them all up nice. Yeah, a bit of rust killer on there, and then a bit of stone chip paint, and we'll be laughing. Alright, good morning, and today's an exciting day because we're going to get the windows in. But first, we need to get wax oil. So this is wax oil. This was going to seal the underside of the van, protect it from the road, protect it from the salt and water. It gets flicked up. So yeah, let's go wax oil, and yeah, then we can cut the holes for the windows and get them installed, which is exciting times. Come on! Alright, so we're going to wax oil all under these steps, which is what we were working on yesterday. So this side and on the far side. So yeah, let's jump to it.
Alright, so we have finished wax oiling this step here, and the essential axle, the steering axle, and the step on the other side.
So that's all the wax oiling done. We'll get it off the ramps and got some big holes in the side, I guess. Alright, so the van is off the ramps, as you can see, and as you saw in the last clip. which means we are prepared, ready to start cutting holes in the side. And we've got plenty of room down this side to put the window in this panel here. So yeah, we're gonna start with one on the side door. On this side, just there. And yeah, this should transform the van massively. So yeah. We have one hole in the window, or not in the window, in the door. It's an alright cut with an angle grinder, but it's not amazing. So yeah, we'll just see how the window fits before we do the other side. Alright, so the rubber is on the inside here. We just need to clean up the outside, and then the next job is to offer the window up and see how it fits. Yeah, I've got that. Alright, so the rubber seal's on, and we have primed on the edges and primed around the window. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's primed around the window. And the next thing is to use the sealant that it comes with to bond it to the van. Alright, so we got the rubber on for this window. Now let's give this a clean up with some meth and get the primer on, and then we can look at getting the window in. Alright, so pretty much lost all light, but we did get both windows installed on the driver's side and on the passenger side, but I'll show you more of those tomorrow when it's light, so I'll see you then. Alright, so it is a Monday and these are only weekly videos, but I wanted to show you the windows in the daylight because it was getting a little bit dark when we finished the windows. So the van's currently got some tarpaulin on it just to protect the windows from the frost. Alright, check them out. Pretty good then. Pretty good, that's the opening one. So yeah, let's go and jump inside. We have also cleaned the passenger seats as well. Whilst me and my dad were cutting the first window, my mum has kindly cleaned the passenger seats, and they are looking well good. We'll just put that over just to keep them nice and clean. So yeah, let's have a look. Damn, looking fresh them windows, not bad at all. And then we'll box it in so the wood will come along and kind of square out the window. So yeah, that was this week's progress, which is pretty good. We've got quite a lot done, so I'll see you next week and we will begin insulating, I guess.